Dr. Allan will be with you in just a moment, Miss Landon.
Thank you. I've got a magazine to read. I don't think I'll ever walk into a dentist's office without thinking about races. Oh, I know it sounds crazy, but then the whole thing was kind of crazy, the way it all started a couple of months ago. I'll get it! That's mine! Hello? Well, Phyllis certainly didn't waste any time breaking the news about the fashion show. Imagine, she got to model. I didn't. Well, if they didn't recognize real talent, it was their hard luck. A little later that morning, I went to see Mr. Morrison about that summer job. It was my second interview, and I was counting on it to pay my tuition next semester. You know, I never even got to see him. He left word that he's sorry, but the position has already been filled. That afternoon, I thought my luck was changing. A crowd of us decided to go out to the track, and we were having a wonderful time. For a while. But then the race was over. Everyone seemed to have something else to do, somewhere else to go, except me. Pete was in a hurry, too, but he offered to drop me off at home. And home is where I sat, all evening long, trying to figure out what had happened. Everything I tried had gone wrong. Was I wearing too much makeup? Was my hair a mess? What in the world is the matter with me? The more I thought about it, the more mixed up I got. I wasn't sure of anything anymore. That's when I decided to go to bed. Forget about the whole thing. But I couldn't forget it. I was still trying to figure out what was wrong with me. Well, at least there was one thing I didn't have to worry about, my teeth. As a matter of fact, I just remembered. My appointment with Dr. Allan. I was due in his office first thing in the morning. But what a shock I was in for. The first thing Dr. Allan did was to ask me a question.
Laurie, when did you brush your teeth last?
Why, this morning, just before I came to see you.
I suppose you brush your teeth regularly.
Twice a day, sometimes more. But why?
Because, Laurie, there's a big difference between brushing your teeth and cleaning them. You can see for yourself what's on your teeth right now. Here, let me take a small scraping. And Miss Hughes, will you prepare the slide? You see, Laurie, we need a microscope to get the true picture. Miss Hughes will be ready for us in just a moment. Here, take a look.
You mean that stuff, that fur is on my teeth?
That's right, Laurie. Take another look. What you and many of my other young patients call tooth fur, we call dental plaque. You might think of this dental plaque as a miniature world, a vicious, destructive world which lives in our teeth.
But those wriggly things, they look alive.
They are alive. They're various kinds of microorganisms, bacteria and protozoa.
You mean germs?
Yes, they're commonly called germs.
But how can those germs live in my mouth?
Laurie, run your tongue along the inside of your cheek and over your teeth. Feel a slick, slippery substance?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this substance is an ideal breeding ground for germs. These bacteria act on sugar in the mouth, changing it to acid, which dissolves the enamel of the teeth. This is the start of tooth decay. Scientists have spent years studying this weird world of the mouth, taking pictures, working to solve its mysteries. For instance, some of their photographs show the dental plaque increasing in size. As the germs grow and multiply, it gets thicker and stickier. Just watch for a moment and see the activity of this world of germs in the mouth.
You know, some of these germs look almost like little sports cars, racing.
They are racing, Laurie. The germs in your mouth are in a perpetual race to ruin your teeth, if you let them. We have every reason to believe that the community of germs that lives in the mouth is a chief cause of cavities, even periodontal disease. Fortunately, folks are becoming more and more cavity conscious, you might say. Oh, it's still a big problem, but at least people are more aware of it. They realize they should be on guard against cavities. However, most folks don't know the first thing about periodontal disease.
Peri or who?
Periodontal disease, which attacks the soft tissues and bone around the teeth. Look. These teeth are a sure target for periodontal disease. Notice the patches of heavy plaque? This plaque irritates the gums, makes them swell and get red. It also forms deposits which, if left to accumulate, form calculus, or as most folks call it, tartar. This calculus separates the gum from the teeth. Gradually, spaces or pockets form between the teeth and the edges of the gum. The germs multiply, creep down into the pockets, and attack the bone and tissues which support the teeth. When this happens, when the support is gone, the teeth are loosened. Some may be lost altogether.
But doctor, is this something I have to worry about?
Well, Laurie, after a certain age, more teeth are lost because of periodontal disease than because of cavities. And there are other unpleasant features too, like pink toothbrush and mouth odor. With young people especially, these conditions may cause serious personality problems.
I see what you mean.
Yet, the answer is quite simple. Just learn to brush your teeth correctly. I know, you do brush your teeth. Just about everybody does. But brushing doesn't mean cleaning. One of the problems is that it's hard to know where the patches of plaque are in your mouth. You don't know where to look for them when you brush. But there is a way we can show you how well or how poorly you brush your teeth. We have what we call a disclosing solution, because it discloses the areas of the teeth which need to be cleaned. When we apply it, you'll see that the areas of the teeth which are clean remain white. Areas which need cleaning turn red. Here, let me show you. Miss Hughes, will you give Laurie some disclosing solution to rinse with? You'll find it has a pleasant taste. Just swish it around in your mouth for a few seconds. Then we'll have a look.
A moment later, Dr. Allan handed me a mirror. I took one look and I could have died. Those red blobs, so many of them, they looked as though they were taking over my mouth. Dr. Allan told me to get off as much of the red as I could. I brushed my teeth just the way I always do. I thought I was getting them clean. But when Dr. Allan took another scraping and we looked at it through the microscope, oh, there they were again, those miserable little germs. Oh, maybe not quite as many, but I could see I still wasn't getting my teeth clean. Why is it, Dr. Allan? Why don't I get my teeth clean? Am I using the wrong kind of toothpaste or powder or something?
Laurie, the most important thing is your toothbrush and how you use it. Now, there are different kinds and sizes of brushes for different people, and I'm going to show you the one for you. But first, look at this. Most people start out with a good brush. They don't realize it can become old and worn out.
Looks like everyone in the family used this brush.
Laurie, as any brush gets old and worn out, the bristles can't make good contact anymore. They can't clean your teeth the way they should, because the worn down bristles can't even get at the germs. Worse still, the worn ends often dig into the gums. And this kind of cleaning may do more harm than good. So if you have one of these brushes, replace it with 2 new brushes, so you can alternate. Use one while the other is drying. And Laurie, remember, you've got to keep on replacing your brushes from time to time to be sure they're in good enough condition to do the job. Now, besides using a worn-out brush, there is a second reason why folks don't get their teeth clean. They don't brush thoroughly. Do you have any idea how much time you spend brushing your teeth?
No, not exactly.
Probably no more than 30 seconds if you timed yourself. And yet, how much time do you spend putting on your makeup and fixing your nails and fussing with your hair?
Hours, according to my family.
Exactly. Same way with the boys. Before a date, they'll devote a couple of hours to washing their car and only a couple of seconds to cleaning their teeth. Proper brushing takes at least several minutes. I wish you young folks, young men and women both, would realize how much healthy teeth mean to you. Right now, when you're starting out on both your social and business careers, and even more so later on, if you could look ahead, I know you wouldn't rush through your brushing. In fact, Laurie, let me show you right now how to brush.
This time, Dr. Allan helped me with the brushing. He showed me how to brush, in the direction that my teeth grow. He pointed out places I missed, showed me how to clean them by working at it hard, and he suggested that I also brush the tongue to scrape off the material that might be sticking to it. After that, I used some more disclosing solution. And this time, after Dr. Allan had checked my teeth, he let me see for myself. Cheers. There was no more of that funny-looking fur on my teeth. Gosh, Dr. Allan, thanks a million for getting rid of that stuff on my teeth for once and for all.
Now, just a minute, young lady. I did no such thing. I merely showed you how you can keep it under control. Decay bacteria begin their work within minutes after eating. If you don't keep after them, the same trouble will start all over again right after your next meal, because you can't get rid of all the bacteria. And you are the only one that can prevent them and keep them under control.
Then Dr. Allan gave me 2 new brushes and some dental floss. And he told me to continue brushing the way I'd been shown. Then he gave me a reminder to return for another visit. Before that next visit, believe me, I launched a 1-gal campaign. Got rid of my old relic of a toothbrush. I practiced like mad, brushed after every meal whenever I could. I even worked with my sister, tried to teach her to brush up on the lowers and down on the uppers, not straight across the way she usually did. But most important, when I was in a rush and tempted to race through my brushing, I thought about that other race, the race of the germs to ruin my teeth, as Dr. Allan called it. You know, pretty soon it became a habit, taking enough time to brush my teeth correctly. And as the weeks went by, my mouth felt fresher and cleaner. I just naturally felt better, more sure of myself. I felt better toward everybody, and everybody seemed to like me more.
Will you come in now, please?
Well, thank you.
Dr. Allan, do you have a moment? I'd like you to see how well Miss Landon is doing.
Laurie, I'm glad to see you've learned to brush your teeth correctly. You're apparently using a good brush and taking enough time to do it. Your teeth and gums are in excellent condition. Congratulations, and keep up the good work. Well, there goes a lucky girl, Miss Hughes. Laurie is lucky because she's learned the secret of taking care of her teeth. I think she'll win the race for clean, healthy teeth. Every one of you watching this picture right now has the same problem as Laurie. You have a living but unseen world of microorganisms threatening your teeth. Like Laurie, you can learn to control this world. Remember, the most important thing is your toothbrush and how you use it. Get into the habit of brushing thoroughly, brushing regularly. This is something you alone can do. You alone can decide to have healthy, attractive teeth for life. And believe me, it's worth the effort. Because your teeth can be the key to your entire health and personality